Welcome to a journey through American history. We're going to travel through time to see how the United States of America came to be. From the first people who lived here to the major events that shaped the nation, we'll uncover the story of this land. Get ready for an exciting adventure. We'll begin long before the United States existed, when diverse Native American cultures thrived. Then we'll witness the arrival of European explorers and the dramatic changes they brought. Through colonization, revolution, and civil war, we'll see the nation take shape. Finally, we'll learn how America got its name. So buckle up and get ready to explore the story of America, a story filled with triumphs, struggles, and the enduring spirit of its people. Long before European ships ever crossed the Atlantic, the land we now call America was already home to a rich tapestry of cultures. For thousands of years, Native Americans flourished across the continent. They were incredibly diverse, with hundreds of languages and traditions. In the east, tribes like the Cherokee and Iroquois built longhouses and cultivated crops like corn, beans, and squash. The Great Plains were home to nomadic tribes like the Sioux and Cheyenne, who hunted bison for survival. The Southwest saw the rise of the Pueblo people, known for their adobe dwellings and pottery. These first Americans lived in balance with nature, their lives intertwined with the seasons and the land. Their story is an essential part of understanding America's past. The late 15th century marked a significant turning point in American history, as it was the dawn of an era that would forever change the world. European explorers, driven by the quest for new trade routes, riches, and the spread of Christianity, set their sights on the horizon, eager to discover uncharted territories. In 1492, Christopher Columbus, sailing under the Spanish flag, embarked on a historic voyage and landed in the Caribbean. He mistakenly believed he had reached Asia, but his discovery would have far-reaching consequences. Columbus's voyages opened the floodgates to European exploration and colonization of the Americas, leading to an era of unprecedented global interaction and exchange. Spanish conquistadors, driven by the allure of gold and the promise of glory, embarked on expeditions that led to the conquest of vast empires in Mexico and South America, forever altering the course of history. English explorers like John Cabot ventured along the North American coast, laying the groundwork for future colonies and establishing a foothold for England in the New World. The arrival of Europeans had a profound and often devastating impact on Native Americans, disrupting their way of life and leading to significant cultural and societal changes. Diseases brought from Europe ravaged indigenous populations who had no immunity to these foreign illnesses. This led to a dramatic decline in their numbers and weakened their societies. Conflicts arose over land and resources, as European settlers encroached on territories traditionally held by Native Americans, leading to numerous battles and skirmishes. The stage was set for a clash of cultures that would shape the destiny of the continent, as European settlers and Native Americans navigated a complex and often tumultuous relationship, marked by both conflict and cooperation. The 17th century saw the establishment of permanent European settlements in North America. The English founded Jamestown, Virginia in 1607, marking the beginning of their colonial empire. Pilgrims seeking religious freedom landed at Plymouth, Massachusetts in 1620. Over the next century, 13 colonies took root along the Atlantic coast. Each colony developed its own unique character and economy. The southern colonies, with their warm climate and fertile soil, relied heavily on agriculture, particularly cash crops like tobacco and rice, cultivated by enslaved Africans. The northern colonies, with their rocky soil and colder climate, focused on fishing, shipbuilding, and trade. As the colonies grew, so did tensions with Great Britain. Disputes over taxes and control over colonial affairs sowed the seeds of rebellion. Section 5. The American Revolution. By the mid-18th century, resentment towards British rule had reached a boiling point in the American colonies. The cry of no taxation without representation echoed through the streets as colonists protested unfair taxes imposed by the British Parliament. In 1775, tensions erupted into armed conflict with the battles of Lexington and Concord. The American Revolutionary War had begun. Colonists, led by George Washington, formed the Continental Army to fight for independence. The Declaration of Independence, signed on July 4, 1776, proclaimed the colony's separation from Great Britain. The war raged for 8 long years, with key battles fought at Saratoga, Yorktown, and many other places. Section 6. A New Nation. After a hard-fought victory, the 13 colonies secured their independence from Great Britain in 1783. This monumental achievement was the result of years of struggle, sacrifice, and unwavering determination. The Revolutionary War had tested the resolve of the American people, but their spirit remained unbroken. Now they faced the daunting task of forming a new nation. The challenges were immense, as the colonies had to transition from a collection of independent states to a unified country. They needed to establish a government that would be strong enough to hold the nation together, yet flexible enough to respect the autonomy of each state. Leaders like Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, and Benjamin Franklin gathered to create a government for this fledgling republic. These visionaries brought diverse perspectives and ideas, debating and compromising to lay the foundation of the United States. Their goal was to create a system that would endure and adapt over time. The Constitution of the United States, adopted in 1789, established a federal system of government with a balance of power between the national and state governments. This document was revolutionary, providing a framework that balanced the need for a strong central authority with the rights of individual states. The Bill of Rights, added in 1791, guaranteed essential freedoms such as speech, religion, and the press. These first 10 amendments to the Constitution were crucial in protecting the liberties of American citizens and ensuring that the government could not infringe upon their fundamental rights. George Washington became the first president, setting precedents for the office and guiding the young nation through its early years. His leadership was instrumental in establishing the executive branch and demonstrating the peaceful transfer of power, which would become a cornerstone of American democracy. The United States had emerged as a beacon of democracy and a symbol of hope for a world yearning for freedom. The principles of liberty, justice, and equality that the nation was founded upon inspired countless others around the globe, setting the stage for a new era of democratic governance. Section 7. Westward Expansion. With a new government in place, the United States began to expand westward. The Louisiana Purchase in 1803 from France doubled the size of the nation, opening up vast territories for exploration and settlement. Pioneers loaded up their wagons and headed west, driven by the spirit of manifest destiny, the belief that it was America's God-given right to expand from the Atlantic to the Pacific. The Oregon Trail, the Santa Fe Trail, and other routes became pathways to the west, connecting the East Coast to the vast interior. Westward expansion brought progress and prosperity, but it also came at a cost. Native American tribes were displaced from their ancestral lands, their cultures and way of life threatened by the relentless push westward. Section 8. The Civil War. By the mid-19th century, the issue of slavery had deeply divided the nation. The southern states, economically dependent on slave labor, clashed with the North, where abolitionist sentiment grew stronger. In 1860, the election of Abraham Lincoln, who opposed the expansion of slavery, ignited the secession of southern states from the Union. The Civil War erupted in 1861 with the Confederate attack on Fort Sumter, South Carolina. The Civil War was a brutal and bloody conflict, pitting brother against brother. Key battles were fought at Gettysburg, Antietam, and Vicksburg, resulting in immense casualties on both sides. In 1863, Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation, declaring the freedom of slaves in Confederate territories. Section 9. What's in a name? You might be surprised to learn that America is named after an Italian explorer, Amerigo Vespucci. Born in 1454 in Florence, Vespucci was a skilled navigator and merchant who embarked on several voyages to the New World. His detailed letters and accounts of these expeditions provided valuable insights into the lands he explored. While Christopher Columbus is credited with reaching the Americas first, it was Vespucci who realized that this landmass was a new continent, not part of Asia. Columbus believed he had found a new route to the East Indies, but Vespucci's observations and writings challenged this notion, leading to a significant shift in the European understanding of the world. In 1507, a German cartographer, Martin Waldseemüller, created a map using the name America to honor Vespucci. Waldseemüller's map was groundbreaking, as it was one of the first to depict the New World as separate from Asia. The name America, derived from the Latin version of Vespucci's first name, Americus, was a tribute to his contributions to the exploration and understanding of these new lands. The name stuck, and gradually the entire landmass became known as America. Over time, as more explorers and settlers arrived, the name America became synonymous with the vast and diverse territories of the New World. This name was adopted by various regions and eventually became the official designation for the continents of North and South America. The United States, during its fight for independence, adopted the name United States of America, signifying the union of 13 colonies into one nation. This name was chosen to reflect the unity and shared purpose of the colonies as they sought to establish a new, independent nation free from British rule. Today, the name America evokes a rich tapestry of history, culture, and the enduring spirit of its people. From the early days of exploration and colonization to the present, America has been shaped by the contributions and struggles of countless individuals from diverse backgrounds. From its humble beginnings to its rise as a global power, the story of America continues to unfold, shaped by the dreams and struggles of each generation. The name America represents not just a geographical location but also the ideals of freedom, democracy, and opportunity that have inspired people around the world. Thank you for joining us on this journey through American history. We hope you found this exploration of the origins and significance of the name America both informative and inspiring. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Your support helps us continue to bring you fascinating stories from history.